find the initial basic feasible solution of the following transportation problem by northwest corner rule. Okay, northwest. Here table is source to destination here given. So this first one is here origins are O1, O2, O3 and destinations are D1, D2, D3, D4, D5 and supply and demands are given. Okay, supply and demands are given. So here you see in the question within bracket these are the cost. So in first row you see 2, 11, 10, 3, 7. In the second row 1, 4, 7, 2, 1 and third one 3, 9, 4, 8, 12. So first you see what are the demands. Demands are 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 and supply are 4, 8, 9. For solving transportation problem, first you check whether the transportation problem is balanced or unbalanced. So here you see this is the balanced transportation problem or unbalanced transportation problem. Arif, this is the balanced transportation problem or unbalanced transportation problem. Anyone?
So balanced.
Balanced transportation problem. Yes, everyone clear? This one balanced transportation problem. You see here demand is what? 3, 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, 21. And supply is also 4 plus 8 plus 9. This is also 21.
Yes.
So clear this one? Okay. So this is the balanced transportation problem. Next you see whether this one is what? This is we apply here northwest corner rule, right? So northwest corner rule, what is the rule? First we take the top left corner. Okay, left corner means cell 1 1, top left corner cell 1 1. So in cell 1 1 what is the cost? 2. So in cell 1 1 cost is 2. So this one will be, we give the allocation in cell 1 1, say 1 1 means in 2 we give the allocation. So what is the demand? What is the demand for O1 and D1? Cell 1 1 demand is 3 and supply is 4. So how much we shall give allocation? Anyone?
3.
3. Yes, good. 3 because minimum one is 3. Right? So we give the allocation. When we give the allocation 3, then row wise or column wise completed? Row or column wise completed. Which one is exhausted? Demand is exhausted or supply is exhausted? Demand. So here you see in column when we give 3 then column exhausted. So remaining in the row, in row supply is 1 remaining, right? So supply is 1 remaining. Then if row wise allocation is remaining, Means in row wise, suppose supply remaining 1, then we move to the right hand side. Okay, if row is not completed, then we move to the right hand side. If row completed, then we move to move to immediate down cell. We move to down cell. So here you see next supply is 1. Okay, in cell 1 1, demand is 3, supply is 4. We give the allocation 3. So remaining 1 in supply, right? So we move to the right hand side. Okay, move to the right hand side. You will see the theory. Move to the right hand side. So in right hand side 1, and demand in the second column is 3. So 1 and 3, how much we can give the allocation? 1. We give 1 allocation in cell number 1 2. Okay, first row, second column, we give 1. When we give 1, then you see row is completed, exhausted. Okay, row is completed, but here what, in demand 2 remaining. Okay, in demand 2 remaining, then you move downward, right, downward to the cell. So we move to the cell number 2 comma 2.
Sir, why are you moving downwards?
This is, you see the northwest corner rule procedure. You see what is the rule? First we give the allocation in the topmost left corner, right? So if topmost left corner, then topmost left corner is always what? Cell number 1 1. So when we give the allocation, then you check. Then you check in row wise completed or column wise completed. If column wise completed and in row wise some value is remaining, means we can give an allocation in the next, then we move to the right hand side. If row wise completed, then we move downward to the cell. You see, you can find out the northwest corner rule. First you see the procedure.
Yes, sir.
This is clear.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay. So all of you see the procedure. Otherwise, this one will be difficult for understanding this one, because you see northwest corner rule. You see, by this rule we allocate set of allocation in the cell. Okay, in this rule we allocate set of allocation in the cell, so that row total and column totals will be as indicated before, each as follows. Okay. Next, number 1 is what? Start with the cell 1 1. Start with the cell 1 1 means topmost left corner. Okay, and allocate it maximum possible amount. So here our allocate in cell 1 1. So maximum allocation, how much we can give? 3 and 4. So maximum we can give 3, right? Next, what we do? Then move to the right hand cell. Then move to the right hand cell, means cell number 1 2 in the northwest corner, right hand cell 1 2. If there is still any available quantity left, next we move to the right hand side. When we move to the right hand side, if some quantity is available, then we move to the left hand side. Otherwise, what we do? Otherwise, move to the down cell. So you see, in the first row, in cell number 1 1, we give allocation 3, then some quantity remaining in the row 1, then we move to the right hand side of this cell. So right hand side of this cell is what? Cell number 1 comma 2, means where cost is 11. In 11 cost we give allocation, remaining allocation is 1. Okay, when we give the allocation 1, then you see Then you see in row wise, this quantity exhausted. Okay, so this is step number 2. If there is still any available quantity left, otherwise we move down cell. Okay, so here you see when we give 1, then row wise completed, quantity completed means what? We move to the down cell. So down cell is what? 2 comma 2, cell number 2 comma 2. So cell number 2 comma 2 we give the maximum allocation. So here how much we can give? Here 2 and 8. So in 2 8, because 1 is already given in cell number 1 comma 2. So here remaining 2. So 2 and 8 we give 2, right? Next you see there is remaining quantity in row 6. So we move to the right hand side of this cell. So we move to the cell number 2 comma 3. So here supply is then 6, demand is 4. How much give? 4, right? Again some quantity left. So we move to the downward cell. So next here supply is 2 and demand is 5. We give 2, right? When we give 2, then in row wise completed. So we move to the down cell. So down cell means cell number 3 comma 4. So in cell number 3 comma 4, we give allocation what? 9 and here 3, because 2 already given. So you give allocation 3, right? When we give allocation 3 in the row wise, they are remaining 6, and column wise demand is also 6, right? So 6 6, so total exhausted. So here you see means what is our allocation in first row? 3 and 1 means 3 plus 1 is 4. You see supply is 4. Okay, and first column our demand is 3. Second column you see allocation is 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Third column is 4. Okay. Fourth column is allocation to 3. So 2 plus 3, 5. So demand is 5. Okay. And fifth column is 6. And row wise you see first one is 3 plus 1, 4. Second row 2 plus 4, 6 plus 2, 8. And third row 3 plus 6 is 9. Okay. Therefore, the transportation cost is 3 into 2. 3 means allocation and 2 means cost. 3 into 2 plus 1 into 11 plus 2 into 4 plus 4 into 7 plus 2 into 2 plus 3 into 8 plus 6 into 12. Then this gives our transportation cost. So total transportation cost is what? Sum of the product of cost and allocation. This gives us the total transportation cost. So you see clear or not, Arbaz? Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bhaikyasri, you must know. Okay. So here also you see this one is transportation problem. Last class I have given using matrix minima. Okay. Using matrix minima, how to solve the transportation problem. And here this is using first here what is given here using northwest corner rule, how to solve the transportation problem. It's okay.